Lola Flor shoved a tray of freshly baked bibingka toward me. The charred banana leaves wrapped around the grilled rice cakes, releasing an indescribably intoxicating aroma. There were 4 different topping choices: the usual butter, sugar, and cheese, plus butter, sugar, and coconut, in addition to the more unusual varieties of salted duck eggs and the works, which was basically all of the above. Tita Rosie cut the bibingka into slivers so we could sample them all while Lola Flor poured us mugs of chocolate to accompany them. We crowded around the table and took our time tasting each one. Bibingka had a soft and spongy texture, like a chiffon cake, but with a flavor all its own. Modern bibingka was simply baked in an oven, but it's traditionally grilled using charcoal. Lola Flor had a grill behind the restaurant that she used for occasions like this, and her bibingka was miles ahead of any other version I'd tried. My sweet tooth preferred the simplicity of the sugar-topped ones, but the complexity of the salted duck eggs against the other ingredients made me keep reaching for another piece. If you're trying to decide which ones to serve this weekend, I'd say combine the sugar, cheese, and coconut toppings for a sweet version, and have the salted duck eggs with cheese to tempt our more adventurous eaters, I said. Lola Flor gave a curt nod, as if I'd passed a test. What do the rest of you think? The sweet version definitely gets my vote, Adina said, picking up another piece and dunking it in her hot chocolate. What do you think, babe? Elena had also grabbed another piece, but she chose the salted duck egg. I think Lila's right about combining the sweet versions, but you should also add coconut to the duck egg and cheese. That hint of sweetness with the salty ingredients is really something. Lola Flor actually cracked a smile at that. Huh. Couldn't remember the last time she'd smiled so approvingly at me. I glanced at Ronnie out of the corner of my eye and saw him studying Lola Flor's expression with a frown. At least she grudgingly approved of me. She never bothered hiding her dislike of Ronnie. Lola, I think... Ronnie didn't get a chance to finish his sentence because our grandmother turned away while he was talking and walked back to the kitchen. For just a moment, he let the facade slip, and his face crumpled at Lola Flor's rejection. I instinctively moved toward him to... What? Comfort him? Why would I bother? But he must have sensed that small movement, so before I could decide what I wanted to do, he wiped the expression off his face and went back to his practiced nonchalance. Hey, Mommy, what else are you preparing for the weekend? She touched his cheek and went into the kitchen without saying anything. The 4 of us left in the room stood around awkwardly until Ronnie broke the silence. They really upgraded the place. It looks way better than I remember. My mom said you had a big hand in it. I'd been home for almost a year now, and in that time, the restaurant had transformed completely. The walls gleamed with a lovely, warm terracotta shade, instead of the dingy white they'd been my whole life. The art prints, fans, and large wooden spoon and fork set hanging on the walls, as well as the woven table runners, added a distinct Filipino flair, while the carefully cultivated monstera plants scattered around the room added a lushness and freshness we never would have achieved without Elena's skillful hands. We'd been able to replace the mismatched and scratched-up chairs and tables a few months ago, and were starting to acquire new tableware as well. Elena's mom was a skilled ceramicist, just one of her many talents, and we'd hired her to create special dishware for the restaurant. The only things that hadn't changed were the large painting of the Last Supper hung above the table in the party area, and the karaoke machine tucked in the corner. She wouldn't get rid of that painting, huh? Ronnie asked, smiling knowingly.